So, okay. Next tutorial. This time I'm dressed up as one of my own original characters that I made up on the spot, like as I went along. I didn't know which direction it was going in. I just knew I wanted to do a makeup that was kind of inspired by these awesome little flies that I've got dotted around me. It's a peculiar makeup, this one, because I also wanted to incorporate this costume that I made the other night. I actually recreated this costume from a TV series called Good Omens. There's a character in there called Beelzebub, and I really liked the aesthetic of that character, so I kind of mashed the two ideas together and came out with this. I mean, the makeup isn't anything like the show, but I wanted to do something with that in mind, and this is what I come up with. So with that said, if you'd like to learn how to recreate this makeup for yourself, stay tuned. Okay, so full disclosure, I'm actually going to be making this makeup up on the spot, so I don't actually know which direction it's going to go in, but every single part of my brain is screaming, make sure to block out your eyebrows, Charlie. So I'm going to start by blocking out my eyebrows. That makes total sense. So as always, I'll pop a link on the screen up there that will take you to a video that I did in the past to teach you how to block out your eyebrows so I can make this video that much shorter. So I'm going to go block out my eyebrows and we shall go from there. There we go. So next I'm going to colour over my eyebrows in 3 different shades of concealer just so I have a blank slate to work with. It doesn't really matter too much which concealers you use as long as it really kind of blends them off. It's really only a temporary base. But I'm going to be using my Graftobian high definition colour palette. So just a random mixture of some of the lighter and darker shades just dotted around in random areas so that they blend off nicely. And then I can just set my eyebrows in place with a translucent setting powder. This one is by BenNye, and a powder puff. So I'm just going to press the powder puff into the powder and then press that really heavily over wherever I went with the creams. I can then brush away the excess powder and bye bye brows. So now we can start on the real detail. So I'm thinking I'm going to be doing quite a large grin for this makeup, and I think it might be quite a bit bigger than I've ever done because I kind of want it to go up past my eyes. I think I've done it once when I did like, I think on a Smiley 2.0 makeup, but this will be a little bit different, so I think I want to draw it on instead of using latex. So to do that, I'm going to be using my favourite makeup pencil, which is a Kryolan Faceliner pencil in black. You can absolutely use any makeup pencil for this. This is just my personal favourite because it easily removes and it also smudges if you want it to, which is a really nice effect sometimes. So I'm going to take my makeup pencil and start tracing on the rough shape that I want for the outside of the smile. Okay, I think that's sufficiently grinny. So now I can start drawing on the teeth. So I'm not going to be doing anything particularly big or pointy. I think I'm just going to go for some really generic looking teeth. Maybe a couple fangs in this area here and maybe the opposite side as well on the bottom. But yeah, other than that, I think we're just going to go for a few little teeth dotted around. That way we can cram more teeth in and I think it will look a lot more creepy if it's, you know, a mouthful of teeth. Okie dokie, so nice and toothy. I may have got a little bit carried away there. That's what happens when I make these makeups up on the spot. Yeah. So then I'm just going to colour in all of these teeth. So to do that, I'm going to be using a Superstar watercolour in white and a really small but firm brush. It doesn't have to be exactly neat right now because afterwards we're going to go in between each tooth with a black watercolour just to really define them. So now that's done, as I mentioned before, I can take my Superstar Black face paint and I can colour in between every single tooth, making sure to make each one as defined as possible. Then once that entire area is coloured in, I can start on my foundation. So I'm going to be using a Kryolan TV Paintstick in 3W. So I'm going to be applying that all over my face, around the smile, my ears and my neck, but I'm only going to be applying it in some key areas and then blend it out. We don't really want it to be too much of a block colour. I'm then going to work on adding some expression lines going around the edge of this smile as if it's really being pulled upwards. So to do that, I'm going to take a really sharp angle brush and a brown cream by Makeup Forever. I'm actually using it as part of their flash palette, but you only really need the black cream right now. And I'm going to take that cream and do several half moon shapes, meeting not too close together, but the idea is they need to be a small, medium, then large shape. Then we can blend that colour away and it will just act as little folds. Okay, so I've just done 2 on each side for now, just to see what it looks like, but then we can take the cream again, and this time we can blend the colour away, leaving the underside completely clean of any colour. So it's a harsh line underneath, and the rest of it tapers away. I'm also just going to extend this line going around the smile, because I'm going to try and make a new nasal labial fold really high up, just so it looks really like it's pulling upwards. And exactly the same principle again, we blend this colour upwards, leaving the underside completely clear. So when you're done, it should look like this. So hopefully it looks like everything's being pulled upwards. So I'm then going to take a black eyeshadow, this one's Bulletproof by Sugarpill, and a small fluffy brush. And I'm just going to lightly dust that over the start of these teeth, coming up to about this area here, because I want the teeth to look like they're sinking back into the face. So then I'm going to take my trusty Kryolan Bruise wheel, just because it has some really nice sickly colours in there and a really nice dark blue bruise colour. And I'm going to start with that dark blue colour and I'm going to apply that just in the corners of my eyes, going in a half moon shape, kind of over my eyebrows as well. And then I'm going to blend that colour away to the edge of my eyes. Then I'm going to go over the same area again, but a little bit lighter with this off yellow colour. It's really sickly, gorgeous colour. And then I can go in with the red from the Bruise wheel just in the corners of the eyes this time. Then taking the black eyeshadow again by Sugarpill and the same medium fluffy brush I used earlier, I'm just going to dab that over the very corner of my eye and then sweep that colour out just to set this cream. And I'm just going to line underneath my eye with a line of that red cream. I just really want the eyes to look a little bit sore. So next I want to work on messing up this outside edge of the smile because it's just a little bit too neat for me. So rather than apply fake blood or anything like that, because I really don't want to apply blood to this, I kind of want to go in a different direction for a change, I'm going to take a really, really awesome brush here. This is kind of a toothbrush basically. It's got really stiff bristles. It's mostly used for spackling, but the idea is if I make this ever so slightly wet and I dip it into the black watercolour really hard and then press that going along the bottom of the smile and maybe the middle area here, I can create a kind of polluted look, like the whole thing is like seeping out of the face. I'm then also taking the same brush, loaded up with a black watercolour, and I'm just spackling it, going over my face in random areas, just to tie it all together. Okay, so that's what I meant by the whole polluted look, like this whole thing is infected with evil. I'm also just going to apply some of that black watercolour to the bottoms of my ears, just the kind of areas that would get kind of like frostbite. Then finally, the really fun part, the bit that I've really been looking forward to that kind of inspired this whole makeup is the fake flies. I found these at a party shop the other day and I think they're going to be really fun for this type of look. I'm going to apply a few of them on the face and maybe my neck, but the majority of them are going to be on the costume. But the idea is I'm going to stick them down with some spirit gum, maybe one on my forehead, one on my cheek, that kind of thing. Okie dokie, so I think that'll do for now. So I've got 3 on my face and the rest I'll stick on my costume. So then finally, all that's left for me to do is spray my hair black and make it as messy as possible, pop in some contact lenses, pop on our costume, and we'll see what it looks like. And there we go. That's my look, officially complete. So as I mentioned before, I finished the look off by spraying all of my hair with a black hairspray and I really messied everything up. I also popped in some completely red sclera contact lenses because I don't know, I really like the idea that they kind of match the little flies that are on the face. The costume I actually made last night. I know it's super basic, but hopefully it's okay. I just ripped up a bunch of t-shirts and sewed together this sash with an old red t-shirt and just kind of put all different elements together, applied a lot of flies to it, and yeah! It's meant to resemble the costume worn by the character Beelzebub in the series Good Omens, which is another reason why I did this makeup. I know the face isn't anything like the character in the series, but I was watching it the other day with my wonderful friend Sam, and I don't know, I just really liked that character, and that combined with when I purchased these flies the other day, I kind of just wanted to do something that tied the two together. I've never really done something like that, like a makeup inspired by flies and a costume inspired by a show. I don't know, I just thought it'd be really fun to try something different. So yeah, that's my makeup tutorial. I really hope you all enjoyed it. Whenever I make these looks up on the spot and there's no planning at all involved beforehand, I do worry which direction it's going to go in, but hopefully it came out okay. So yeah, thanks everyone so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial. If you did like it, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe and all that jazz. And yeah, so until next time, bye fluffies!